Hello. So it's been a while since I recorded one of these, so I felt like maybe I should tonight. So tonight I'll be talking about the remaining Disney pops I have. So I showed a few, the ones from Sleeping Beauty, Peter Pan, and of course Aladdin. So I wanted to show the rest. Oh, so actually there are only five more. So here we are doing another video journal. So, random side story, I got a haircut. So the reason I got a haircut is because I had a slight accident. So what is that accident? I bought a pair of clippers. I bought some clippers last December because my logic was I wanted to do some social distancing and cut my own hair because I wanted to not go to the barber shop. So the other day, I attempted to actually cut my hair since it was already pretty long. I got the clippers and then I ran it up the side without realizing the setting was much shorter than I thought. So when I got to the top, I was like, ooh, that is much shorter than I thought. And it's way too high. So I actually tried to continue and I cut the rest. But I don't know. The more I looked at it, the worse it felt, the worse it looked. And I was trying to think to myself, oh, hair grows, it's gonna be fine. But it was driving me nuts. So I just had to do it. I just had to go to I ran to the barber shop. I went to the barber and I said, I had a bit of an accident. Please fix this. And he was like, oh, you know what? It's really hard to cut your own hair. So, so much for that. I may attempt again in the future and hopefully it'll be a lot better. So, there, that is my random side story for when I want to look back at this video. Okay, and I'm wearing a green shirt. I don't normally wear green, but this one is a Star Wars shirt. I don't wear green because it's the color of the other school. But I have two Star Wars shirts that are Boba Fett, so of course Boba Fett is green, and I have a green P uniform from high school that I still wear at home. So those are the only reasons I have green shirts. Okay, so we got sidetracked. Going back. So Disney Pops. So again, I have five. So these are the five that I have, but I have a long wish list for other Disney Pops. But it's okay if I don't get them, or maybe I will one at a time. I don't know. I really never know when it comes to these things. Okay, so pops. The first one I want to show is Anna. Anna from Frozen. So I actually really enjoyed this movie. I did not know what to expect when I watched Frozen. Luckily, I watched it in the cinema before it got pulled out. I mean, before the end of its run. It was very good. So a friend of mine was like, "Oh, you should watch it. I think you're gonna enjoy it. The songs are really nice." I think part of the reason I was hesitant was because at that time Frozen was getting overplayed. So I had heard some of the songs and I was like, "Oh, I don't know." But again, Disney never disappoints. It was really fun and I really liked the song. So I probably listened to it for a few weeks after that. Olaf is actually my favorite, so I should get one of those Olaf pops. Okay, so the reason I like Anna, I have an Anna, but I don't have an Elsa because Anna's quirky and she's funny, and I really like it when she goes, "Wait, what?" And another shallow reason why I prefer Anna is because the voice actress Kristen Bell also voiced Gossip Girl, and Gossip Girl is one of my favorite guilty pleasures. So I watched Gossip Girl maybe more than once. Like the first two seasons, I've watched more than once. The latter part, not so much. I mean, I finished it, but I don't think I rewatched it. Okay, next one is a Peasant Belle. So I don't know. I've never been particularly comfortable with the name Peasant Belle. I feel like it should be like Small Town Belle. You know what I mean? And although I love Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin, I think are my two top movies from that era. Okay, so they're interchangeable in terms of which one my favorite is. Because I really do love the songs from Beauty and the Beast. And the only issue I have with this pop is I feel like there's something wrong with the dimensions. I feel like the head is much smaller than your typical Princess Pop, and then there's something wrong with the body. And looking at it now, apparently the pop I have has some damage, which I never noticed before. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's fine. There's a part of me that wants to get one more bell. The version I want is the one where she's wearing her winter outfit. I think it's like she's wearing a red cloak, and I regret. So that's one of the regrets I have when it comes to pops I didn't buy. Maybe I'll look for it. Um, and I feel like I should have a beast. See, that's the problem when you look at your pops. You start thinking about what you want and what you should buy, and you end up spending more money. So I don't know. Will I buy it? Won't I buy? I really don't. We'll see. If I come across it and it's the good price, maybe. Okay. Third one is Rapunzel and Pascal. So of course it's from the movie Tangled, and I really enjoyed it. Again, it was another one of those movies that I didn't watch until much later on. I'm not so sure why I didn't watch it in the cinema, but a friend of mine convinced me to give it a try because it was her favorite movie. And I think a lot of my other friends who are girls really like this movie, so I figured, you know what? I'll give it a try. So I watched it at home and I was really happy with it. The songs are very good. My favorite scene is when she's on the lake with Flynn, and then there are all those lanterns floating. I cannot remember the song right now. I mean, I don't know the title. I know the song. I just don't know. I just don't know what the title is. I'm really bad with song titles. And of course, I love the intro song. I think the intro song is "When Does My Life Begin." That one was funny. And another reason why I like Rapunzel is because I actually really love Mandy Moore. I've loved Mandy Moore her since when she debuted as a teeny pop star. So Team Mandy, and of course I loved her in A Walk to Remember. Still breaks my heart. I love Mandy. Okay, next one I have an Ariel pop. Okay, so I really love the way this was done. Okay, so this is actually not the first Ariel. There's another version of the Ariel, the original one. I wasn't so sure about that one, but I knew I wanted an Ariel pop. So when this came out, I was much happier with this mold. So again, a lot of my friends really love Little Mermaid. So of course they're the girls. So when I was growing up, when we had moved here to our current house, one of my neighbors, who was a family friend, was a big fan of the Little Mermaid. So it's similar to that Peter Pan story where when you go to someone else's house, you watch what they have. So our neighbor would watch Little Mermaid all the time. That might have been the the main Disney VHS tape that they had. So it was also in that house where I would watch Ghostbusters. So Ghostbusters and Little Mermaid, but more often than not, it was Little Mermaid. But that's okay, because Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Lion King, they all have excellent songs. And oddly enough, now that I'm talking about it, I cannot believe I do not have any Lion King pops. So again, this is what talking about pops does. It makes you think maybe I should maybe I should add. So things like that. Okay, and then the last one that I want to show is the Apprentice Mickey Pop. Okay, so I have no idea why, but for some reason, next to the traditional way Mickey Mouse looks, I have a fixation for Mickey dressed as the apprentice or Sorcerer's Apprentice. So this is from Fantasia. Oddly enough, I'm actually more of a Donald Duck fan, but the Donald Duck original pop is very expensive. I cannot remember how much it is at the moment, but it's very expensive. So for some reason, when I go to Disneyland and I'm gonna buy something Mickey related, it has to be the Apprentice Mickey outfit. I mean, I watched Fantasia. I enjoyed Sorcerer's Apprentice, but it's not something I rewatch and rewatch. But for some reason, I actually have like a Apprentice Mickey bobblehead, which I got the first time I went to Hong Kong Disneyland, and I've never opened it. It's kept in a box because that's what I do when I buy something from Disneyland. For some reason, I just store it because I don't want it to get damaged. So there. So the Apprentice Mickey Pop, yeah, for some reason I have this thing that's how he should dress. There's actually another. There are other versions of the Apprentice Mickey Pop, and they're all nice. Again, it's another situation wherein you're debating: should I get it? Should I not? So I don't know. So those are the five that I have. I am 100% sure I'm gonna add a few more because after talking about it, it makes me realize how much more I want those other pops to get them. I mean, to add them to my collection. So there. Nice seeing you.